This weaponry is very well known to all Ukrainians. For 2 years now, this SAM system has been protecting the Ukrainian sky.
We are observing the entire situation on the radar. The flight of low-flying targets. We operate in various modes.
Arguably the best air defense in the world, capable of shooting down even ballistic missiles. Of course, we're talking about the Patriot, which turns Russian lightning-fast missiles into thunder. But there is one problem with the Patriots, or rather, it's a problem for Ukraine. There are simply not enough of these systems.
Regarding the Patriot, by the way, not everything has been resolved concerning the comprehensive decision at the NATO summit in Washington. Such are the terms, unfortunately, when it comes to the Patriot systems. I'm responding, not even talking about new systems. I'm talking about those systems we agreed upon. That was in July.
But when Volodymyr Zelensky spoke about the Patriots a couple of days ago, he also announced extremely important information for all of Ukraine.
We are dealing with these issues, working on air defense systems and focusing on Ukrainian counterparts. I won't say anything more.
A Ukrainian counterpart to the Patriot sounds like the best news in a long time. What installations could we be talking about? Will Ukraine develop air defense systems on its own? Or will someone help us? All this and more in just a moment. About a year ago, Ukraine's ambassador to the USA, Oksana Markarova, explicitly stated that work and discussions are underway to replace the American system with a Ukrainian counterpart or clone.
Will we also produce Patriots and missiles for them in Ukraine?
Without us producing a lot ourselves, at least components, and at most some finished products. But we understand that even after our victory, Russia will not disappear. We need to produce more. This is a major global strategic task.
Ukraine can indeed make Patriots. It is expensive, yes. But as for the capabilities of domestic developers, no one doubts them.
In Ukraine, there are many institutions that used to make both radar systems and guided missiles. Therefore, if we talk about Ukraine's potential capabilities to produce Patriot SAM systems, they exist. However, for this, it is necessary to obtain a certain set of documentation and deploy industrial capacities. Initially, this could be large unit assembly or repair of systems that have been damaged. In the future, production capabilities may expand.
Such a future would appeal to all Ukrainians, but again, it is the future. Yes, and Zelensky hinted not about the production of the Patriot, but about their analogs. And there is something to discuss here. Ukraine had a prototype SAM system. It's about the Coral. Its history began in 2016, and it was developed by the Loom Design Bureau. A year before the full-scale war, the result of this work was even presented at an international exhibition. They showed a full-scale model of the first missile in Ukraine's history capable of intercepting ballistic targets.
The first report about the Coral SAM system, it dates back to 2021. In 2021 year, at that time, a representative of the Loom Design Bureau, which is the Ukrainian enterprise developing and implementing this system, reported that the project was 70% complete.
We practically have everything already. We have target detection and designation stations. We have the main components of the missile. We have the programs and algorithms that specifically support this complex structure. We even have, in the end, command vehicle platforms and launchers that will provide the already developed technical solutions for transporting and launching the missile.
70% EU is cool, not starting from scratch. Therefore, it would be a good start for a Patriot analog. However, there is a nuance. If we rely on data from 2021, then the Coral was supposed to use a namesake anti-aircraft missile. Its declared flight range is up to 30 kilometers. The missile is capable of hitting targets at an altitude of up to 10 kilometers. With a total mass of 300 kilograms, the warhead itself weighs 25s. These characteristics are quite good, but it's not a Patriot.
The Coral Air Defense System corresponds to the concept of a light mobile air defense system with a small to medium range. It is intended to cover specific objects such as power plants, air bases, industrial centers, and so on.
But as we mentioned, these characteristics were discussed in 2021. A lot has changed since then. And it seems that the range of the domestic missile has also changed. At the end of 2023, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense reported that its range is now over 100 kilometers. And that's a completely different story. Moreover, during the presentation, the developer stated that a flight altitude of 10 kilometers is the minimum guaranteed value. That is, the actual figures were to be determined during practical launches. The flight speed of the Coral is about 1,000 meters per second, which means that the missile could theoretically handle the same Russian ones: Daggers, Iskanders, Pat, and X-22.
It should be mentioned that the Coral Air Defense System works against targets with a ballistic trajectory, and this is very important.
But in Ukraine, there is another domestic air defense system that theoretically could become an analog to the Patriot. And it was much more powerful even at the initial stages. Coral. We are talking about the Kelchin Air Defense System. It became widely known in 2021. At that time, the Yuzhnoye Design Bureau announced its readiness to start working on the creation of an innovative anti-aircraft missile system capable of hitting targets at a distance of, attention, 280 kilometers. Such a range is intended for shooting down subsonic aerodynamic targets. The Kelchin supersonic fighters are capable of shooting down targets within a radius of 130 kilometers and ballistic targets up to 44 kilometers. But it's also important when Kelchin starts detecting the enemy target. Ready? The Ukrainian air defense system is ready to detect and track an aerial object up to 400 torch kilometers ahead.
The proposed system is multi-channel. It has a missile that provides a long engagement range over 200 kilometers. This missile is highly maneuverable and can engage multiple targets, thereby ensuring the system's versatility against both aerodynamic targets such as aircraft and cruise missiles and ballistic missiles.
Semenka and Kelchin can be called a defense, but not because the system is impenetrable, but because operators can control the air defense system from several dozen kilometers away from the front line.
The HART command posts are unreachable by the enemy. There are several such HARTs, and some of them are located in virtual structures in the cloud. Such an automated combat control system is almost impossible to destroy with conventional lethal weapons.
All this indicates that Kelchin can compete with the Patriot, or more precisely replace it. But there is one important detail, a pleasant one. According to the developers, Kelchin will cost several times less.
The procurement of Kelchin air defense systems can also be compared to the procurement of Patriot systems. If on one side of the scale is the cost of the Patriot system, and on the other side about 5/6 or the complexes of our anti-aircraft missile system.
What do you think about the Ukrainian air defense systems? Can they be made into Patriot equivalents? Write your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our new Arsenal channel so you don't miss all the most interesting content.